Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here. We just returned from a whirlwind tour around the entire state of Iowa. Like many people, we've driven through Iowa numerous times on our way further west, but we've never stopped for more than 10 minutes, just enough time to fuel up. So when friends started asking, why Iowa? We had to say, we don't really know. We just felt drawn here for reasons we can't even fathom. Over the past few weeks, though, we've discovered there are a lot of interesting things to see and do in Iowa. We'll learn some history, explore some natural areas, hunt some trolls, do some peddling, discover some unusual places, and give you some campground tours along the way. By the time we're done, you might even ask yourself, is this heaven? We entered the state by crossing the Mississippi into Dubuque, which is right at the intersection of Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa, and is also right about midway along its Mississippi shoreline.
Another Mississippi crossing.
Waterfront park over there, pavilion. So now we're in Dubuque, Iowa, and we're supposed to turn on Locust Street. Gonna be right up here somewhere, it looks like. After making our way through the city, we camped just outside of Dubuque. We'll give you a tour of that campground on Wednesday, and then got busy making dinner before relaxing around the campfire.
Those smell amazing.
Oh, you weren't in the frame. There you are. I can see. They do smell pretty good, don't they?
It's the peppers.
Is that what it is? And the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
So we just made sausage skewers for dinner. Something real quick and easy.
You did. I didn't do nothing except start the fire.
You made the fire. So smoked sausage, pepper, onion, and tomatoes, and barbecue sauce. Basted in barbecue sauce. And then cooked over the fire. Took like 10 minutes. Well, okay, 10 minutes to cut stuff up and put it on the skewers. And then 10 minutes to cook
10 minutes
it.
on the cooking. Yeah.
Right, and that's it. So we're going to have dinner, plan our day tomorrow. See what we're going to do. Got my chair ready?
Got a chair ready.
Okay.
The sunshine to keep you warm.
Yeah. So my face is in the shade, but my legs are in the sunshine. That's the way I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to our campground was a bike trail. So first thing the next morning, we decided to go for a ride. Heritage Trail is a 29.2-mile trail that runs from Dyersville, Iowa to Dubuque, mostly crushed limestone, but the last little part into Dubuque is paved. There is a fee to use the trail to help with its maintenance. There are numerous rest areas along the way, some with bathrooms, water, parks, pavilions, and fix-it stations like this one here. On your left. It does, right? Good morning. Hey. About 2 miles in, we ran into construction at a road crossing, and it appeared the trail was blocked off, but we could see something just ahead that looked really interesting, so we parked our bikes and walked about 50 feet down the trail to check it out. The storyboards on site tell the history of this bridge.
Kind of hard to believe that was a railroad bridge, huh?
Yeah. It's cool.
Uh-huh.
In 1872, this iron trestle was one of 7 constructed to replace wooden trestles that passed over sloughs leading to the Mississippi River Railroad crossing. As the sloughs were filled in, creating solid ground, the iron trestles were sold off and used in various locations. This one was used to cross the Little Maquoketa River until 1992, when it was replaced and the iron span was moved here. We were only planning to be in this area for 1 full day, so as soon as we got back, we hopped in the truck and headed to our first destination. If you caught those Easter eggs at the beginning, you're gonna know where we were headed.
Turn left.
We've got it on camera.
The Field of Dreams movie site is free to enter, but there is a $20 suggested donation, which is something that comes from the movie as well. At the time the movie was filmed in 1988, the farm had been owned by the Lansing family for 82 years. After filming, the Lansing family decided to keep the field and opened it up to tourists.
So you have to imagine the corn all grown up. Oh, you want to scan the that thing there?
The site gets about 65,000 visitors every year, and it has to pay Universal Studios royalties for licensing rights. In 2012, the family sold the farm to an organization called Go the Distance Baseball, founded by Denise Stillman, who had the dream to build a 24-field youth baseball and softball complex, which would be known as All-Star Ballpark Heaven. As often happens, they ran into problems with funding and zoning, and then Stillman passed in 2018. New leadership has taken over, and they are currently building a second ball field behind left field.
I mean, that's actual, the ball field over there that they're building.
What about it?
Huge. I mean, like
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on, this one was built by a farmer, right? Out of his own pocket.
was it? Was built by a movie studio.
And they came.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is, so like, again, you have to imagine the corn
Right. I mean,
all grown up around it.
that happening over there kind of takes away from
Yeah.
it.
With the corn, I mean, if the corn will block a bunch of it,
No,
but not
no.
all of it.
Ain't gonna block hardly any of it.
An interesting tidbit we learned while visiting is that the porch swing, which features prominently in the movie, was rented from a family in Dubuque and had to be returned after the filming. You can now book a stay in the farmhouse, rent out the ball field, and the barn has been remodeled into an event center. They also host youth baseball and softball tournaments and even a seniors league. While having lunch in the dugout, we talked about our memories of the movie and of playing ball. Tim and I were both involved in Little League as kids, and those are some of our fondest memories. In the film, there are a few lines that allude to the commercialization of baseball, and that's become even more true in the last 30 years. It's said that when the family owned this site, they intentionally avoided commercialization in order to keep the focus on the purity of the game, the wholesome spirit of the game, the crack of the bat, the feel of the ball hitting the leather, the cheers of friends and family, the feeling of accomplishment. After another stroll around the field, we headed back to the port of Dubuque. We spent some time strolling the waterfront.
Oh, this shows where all the art is.
And then we headed over to the historic building that used to be the home of Dubuque Star Brewing. Dubuque Star was established in 1898 and produced Dubuque Star beer until it had to close in 1933 due to prohibition. It was the only small brewery in Iowa to survive and reopen after Prohibition. It was sold in the 1970s and again in the 1980s before closing in 1985. A few attempts were made to revive it in the 90s, and then it closed for good in 1999. Today it's home to a winery, the upper floors house various businesses, and there's an outdoor event space as well. From the brewery, you can see the Dubuque Shot Tower, so we headed over there next. Okay, built in 1856, 120-foot tower was used to produce spherical lead shot for use in muskets. Okay, yeah, so you could probably just kind of...
So at the very top, molten ore, I guess, we'll have to look, was poured through a perforated pan and fell all the way down to a cold water bath at the bottom. And so that's how the shot was produced. What was it? Lead. Oh, duh, of course, lead.
This drop process was invented in the 1760s. The Dubuque Shot Tower was built in 1856 and produced shot until 1881. After that, it became a fire watchtower until it caught fire itself in 1911 and was completely gutted. From here, we headed away from the port and into the downtown area. There was one more thing we wanted to see before we headed back to camp. Fenelon Place elevator claims to be the world's shortest and steepest funicular railway. It's 189 feet from the bottom to the top and spans 296 feet in length. The elevator was the mission of one man, J.K. Graves, and it first started operation in 1882. We found the reason behind its creation really interesting, but to make a long story short, it was created because the commute from the bottom of the bluff to the top of the bluff took too much time. The elevator is listed in the National Register of Historic Places, and for adults, a round-trip ride is $4. It feels pretty steep.
Probably 30-degree angle from horizontal. Doesn't quite look like a 45. I don't know, it would be more than a 45. 60 from horizontal?
We had ridden an incline railway once before in Pittsburgh, probably about 15 years ago. The car in Pittsburgh was much bigger, and I don't remember it feeling quite this steep. This one originally operated by steam before being converted to electricity in 1893. The ride to the top takes probably less than 5 minutes, so it may feel like $4 round trip is pretty expensive, but the view from the top is really spectacular. And if you've never ridden one before, just the experience itself is worth it. After our ride back down,
Watch your step.
and we're down. We saw one more thing that sparked our curiosity. As we were walking back to the truck, we kept seeing these footprints in the concrete. After some research, I discovered that they are simply markers indicating who installed the concrete. That's some pretty good marketing. I discovered the Mac Smith Company isn't the only one to do this. Other contractors have markers as well, but we had never noticed this in other places. So we're curious if any of you have seen this kind of thing anyplace else.
I was taking picture of griffins on top of a building
We came yesterday.
back there.
Back at camp, we got the bikes loaded up in preparation for moving on tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed coming along with us on this first leg of our adventure through Iowa. If you found something useful or interesting, let us know in the comments. And if you'd like to know more about the campground, be sure to come back on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.